Alright, hey, hi, hello, how's it going guys? My name is ZetaRayZod and welcome back to more of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Now, before I begin, be sure to like, subscribe, and get the bell on so you stay up to date on all my latest videos. So, last we left off, one of the jury members is actually connected to this case somehow. Not sure how that's legal because technically she should be recused from this because she's biased. And she is biased. But yeah, so we've been cross-examining both her and her employee, the dude on the left. And I had a look over at the thingy that she's talking about, the box that she's talking about. It hasn't been tampered with, but it actually has, because if you look at the bottom, there's a little hole over there. So I'm gonna present this to her. Lady Altamont, I'm afraid to say that this meter clearly does show signs of having been tampered with. What?
Get away. I've been over and over that thing. I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with it.
In that case, what do you have to say about the small hole that's been made at the base of the coin box?
Oh, what?
You're right. You're quite right. There's a little hole there. The meters aren't supposed to have that. None of the others do. In other words, we can assume that Mr. Shamspeare secretly opened up this hole himself. Yes, I wouldn't be at all surprised, but why?
Yeah, why? I mean, it's tiny. You could get a farthing through that.
Lady Altamont, I wonder if you could give the court some more details about your meter design. Well, what sort of details? Well, what I'd specifically like to know is how it's dismantled, how it differentiates coins, I guess. How does the meter tell the difference between different coins? What do you mean? Well, for example, if someone were to put in a 1 penny coin, that wouldn't work presumably, would it? No, of course not. So, well, how does the meter know that the coin's been fed is this threepenny bit? Oh, I see what you're getting at now. The meter tells coins apart by their shape and size, which includes their thickness. A threepenny bit is about 3/4 of an inch in diameter, you see. Other coins just won't fit. I see. It's clearly been very well thought out. The witness will amend her formal testimony with the information in case it is pertinent. As you wish, my lord. Here's a design for coins, the exact diameter and thickness of threepenny bit. Nothing else will fit. Frick, I don't know what else. Oh, did I examine these teacups yet? I have not. Let's examine them. This is the teacup from which Miss Natsume is drinking. Yeah, unlike the other one, the inside of the cup is completely clean. I suppose you must have drunk the contents before the tea had a chance to leave a mark. I always gulp it down too. Sorry, Miss Naruto? Well, if you just sip it little by little, it goes cold. Clearly, I shall have to instruct you the proper way to take tea. There's no tearing on the inside of Mrs. Natsume's cup. Interesting. This must be the cup that Mr. Shamspeare is drinking from then. It's stained on the inside. Tea does that, I'm afraid. Even green tea. Oh, really? Never noticed before. You've never noticed? Well, I never leave it in the cup long enough to leave a mark. I like to gulp it down. Drink tea while it's hot. That's the Japanese way, isn't it? Look here. So many people seem to have the wrong idea about our culture. Most of them are Japanese. Huh. Okay. But yeah, I thought you drink it when it's hot, right? Again, maybe that depends on the culture. If you're from a cold country, I'm assuming you want to drink it fast. I don't know what else that could be. Okay, so what if it's a different coin? I don't get it. Oh. This thing just fell off. Oh, look at this bar of soap. Circular depression on this side. About 2 centimeters across. By 3/4 of an inch. Ah, do you think? We did find the soap at the scene, didn't we? Yes, there were 2 bars in that little ledge just outside the window. So we took this one. I'm sure that when we first found it, there was some sort of reddish medallion in the middle there. I remember it clearly. Yeah, but there's no sign of it now. Where could it have gone? Where did it go? I'm assuming this is the thing that we're talking about. There. Well, where did it go? Let me just confirm something here. If the diameter and thickness would be correct, the meter would accept any object as if it were a threepenny bit. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. Well, by something of a coincidence, while we were investigating Mr. Shamspeare's room, we found a particular item that matches the dimensions perfectly. Something the same size as threepenny bit? What was it? The item in question is this.
Whoa, have you been inhaling gas? That's a bar of soap.
It certainly looks nothing like a threepenny bit, I must say. Looks like I'm gonna have to point out exactly what I mean here. What's so important about the soap is this part here. Kurae Hokoda. Sorry. You have to turn over the soap to see what I mean. Oh. Are you referring to that round depression in the middle of soap there? That's right. A depression that's approximately 3/4 of an inch in diameter. Or, in other words, almost exactly the same size as a threepenny bit.
Get away!
Does anyone here present have in their possession a threepenny bit? Quickly now, hand over your coins, ladies and gentlemen. Sounds rather like a highway robbery, doesn't it?
Give it.
Thanks to a kind member of the public in the gallery, I have here a threepenny bit. Now, to see if it fits. My word, it couldn't be more snug.
Yes, as I suspected. This, without a doubt, is a vital clue to explain how the Altamont Gas Company is being defrauded.
Well, I don't believe it.
So, your assertion amounts to what? That some inferior bar of soap has tentative connection to the theft of gas? Yes. The depression in the soap was clearly made by a threepenny bit.
I must concur at least that pushing a coin of some force into a poor quality bar of soap such as this is a remarkably simple way of replicating the coin's shape.
And then you could use, well, some melted wax or something to pour into the mold. You can make fake coins in no time.
Coulda.
This brings all the pieces of the puzzle together. It's the method Mr. Shamspeare is using to steal the gas. That's the missing link. And now, if I follow the chain of thought, it's going to bring me to a new explanation for what happened that nobody's considered yet. But this is all nonsense. If the man had been making fake coins, my worker here would have found them when he emptied the meter.
Quite true, Lady Altamont. Maybe absent some black magic that could make them disappear.
I see. That's what we're dealing with, is it? There's one form of black magic that could cause the fake coin to disappear into thin air, yes. Exactly. And the meter here gives it away. What on earth? There are remnants of the magical method used visible on the gas meter taken from the victim's room.
If that is your assertion, counsel, the defense will identify those remnants for the court at once.
What is it? Where on the meter can the remnants of the method used to make the fake coins disappear be seen? I'm assuming they melted it. But where? Oh wait, is it the... Is it this? We found this bar of soap at the scene of the crime, just outside the victim's window.
Outside?
Yes, outside, where you yourself, Mr. Beaterman, were loitering, in the freezing winter air. That's where we found this soap.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, it probably melted. That's why. That's right. The answer, of course, is ice. Oh.
Did you say ice?
Why was it red, though? Mr. Shamspeare is leaving soaps like this outside his window each evening filled with water. After a night outside in the bitter cold, the water is completely frozen solid the next morning. Then he takes his fake coins of ice and feeds them into the gas meter, giving him light and warmth in spades. As his room becomes very comfortably warm, the ice now inside the meter's coin box melts, turning back into water and draining harmlessly away through the small hole made in the underside of the meter. Ah, that's where the puddle comes from. See, because I'm wondering, like, why is there a puddle there? It's water. Smart. I mean, it does explain how you got poisoned, though. Just like that. So simply. Is he trying to make us look like idiots? He's been fooling us all with those some bars of soap and some water? That's right, madam. I don't believe it. It can't be true. Do you have any idea how much money we spent to develop the new meter? Now you have the audacity to suggest that a bit of soap and some water can render it totally useless? I'm fairly sure I didn't design it. Evidence. Huh? I want evidence. If you're gonna stand here and tell me our meters are rubbish, I want to see proof.
She's very good at enforcing accountability, isn't she?
Very well, Lady Ultima. If you'd like evidence, I'll provide it. What?
Mr. Naruhodo, are you saying... Do you actually have evidence to support this theory?
I did notice a trace of something that bothered me a little at the time. And I have a feeling that this theory you've come up with now could explain it. A piece of evidence that substantiates the theory about how Mr. Shamspeare is stealing gas is this picture. This is a photograph of the scene at the point where the victim was discovered, taken by Inspector Gregson. And it clearly shows the remnants of the crime carried out by Mr. Shamspeare. What remnants? Here you can see the gas meter on the wall in Mr. Shamspeare's room. Now, look closely at the floorboards directly underneath the meter. What is that? Some kind of grubby stain? Almost certainly it's a water stain resulting from the liquid that drained out the hole made in the meter. Oh. If one coin gives around 2 hours of gas usage and the occupant was heating his room in all his waking hours, we can imagine he would have used around 10 of his fake coins each day. Yeah, 20 hours, yeah. The melting ice inside the meter's coin box would have been dripping out almost constantly, leaving a stain on the floor. This is awful. And there's further evidence too. Oh, shut up. I don't know. Mr. Shamspeare slumped over his table, apparently having consumed strychnine. And right there, next to him, is a bar of soap broken in half. You're right.
It would appear to me then, counsel, that the man was eating the soap, was he?
Pardon me for disagreeing with your lordship, but... certainly not. Oh! Wait a minute. Oh, I think I know why... this was, Do you remember it's red in color? It was reddish in color, and we thought, like, wait, if it's ice, why is it red? I think he poured the tea in this. So wait, where's that thingy that we dropped? God damn it! I think that's a clue.
He didn't beat about the bush there, did he?
In truth, Mr. Shamspeare has found a fork in his hand.
A meal of soap is sounding increasingly likely, Lord Van Zieks.
Did you mean to say he was using that fork too?
Yeah. To extract a frozen coin from the bar of soap.
Oh. But the bar broke in half. So perhaps it didn't go very well.
Good gracious. Jesus. Lord Van Zieks? Just hurt a child. Smashed in the face of a baby. I was throwing my hand up in despair, and happened to catch my hallowed bottle on the way. Pray forgive my maladroit mistake. So dramatic.
What is the meaning of this, counsel?
Allow me to pose my learned friend a question. What exactly did you establish in your most recent cross-examination? Well...
that Mr. William Shamspeare is a liar and a thief. In other words, his testimony is unreliable.
That's it. That's exactly it. Very well. Let us assume the man is a liar. Now allow me to pose another question. What possible difference does that make? Well, we know that suicide can be discounted. Scotland Yard's investigation revealed no sign of another vessel that contained poison. And on the night in question, there were no visitors to the room except the accused. The young gasman's testimony, which we have no reason to doubt, has confirmed that. Furthermore, the only possible way the poison could have entered the victim's body is via the tea. The court has seen no evidence whatsoever to suggest otherwise. Even if William Shamspeare is the liar you claim him to be, these facts have been objectively established. There's no escaping it. Therefore, in light of these facts, the prosecution calls for immediate adjudication. Oh! God, they're both dramatic. Order? Order? Well, counsel, how does defense respond? It's not order. What was the point of that last cross-examination? Did it actually get us anywhere? Or did it make no difference at all, like Lord Van Zieks is saying? I have an idea, but I'm gonna wait and see. Everything is up in the air at the moment. Perhaps I should just wait and see what happens next. Mr. Nuthood, there's no time to sit back and watch how the trial unfolds. We have to make our own way forward. Okay, I guess we're making an objection. A fledgling idea will never flourish into a mature argument that's able to win over the jury, unless it's nurtured with some carefully chosen rhetoric. Sato-san, I feel like your rhetoric is more carefully chosen than anyone's sometime. It seems your argument has run its course to nowhere. No, this isn't over. The defense will not rest. What? But counsel, you've successfully explained everything. You've identified, substantiated, and scrupulous method employed by Mr. Shamspeare to consume gas. What more is there to discuss? Lord Van Zieks just highlighted 3 facts in order to make his point, but contrary to what he would have the court to believe, not all of them have been objectively established at all. What are you trying to say, my Nipponese friend? At least one of those so-called facts is an assumption, made due to lack of evidence. But the situation has changed now, following the cross-examination of the latest witnesses to take the stand. Don't be absurd. What is this nonsense? Yes, when you bring everything we've learned so far together and consider as a whole, it's clear. There's a question that we now need to reconsider, namely, maybe? We've all been led to believe that the strychnine poison that afflicted Mr. Shamspeare was in the tea brought to him by Mrs. Natsume, but that's conjecture at best. The victim has testified nothing else passed his lips that night. There is no other possibility. And since there was no trace of the tea left at the scene, it couldn't be tested for traces of the poison. As I said, the situation has changed. Because in fact, some of Mrs. Natsume's tea was left at the scene. And a particular piece of evidence proves it. A ludicrous claim. Scotland Yard detectives investigate the scene exhaustively. What evidence are you suggesting they missed?
The defense has made a bold claim indeed. Very well, counsel. Present your proof. What evidence from the scene of the crime can tell us about the nature of the defendant's tea?
I assume it's this.
What exactly is this piece of evidence supposed to reveal about Mrs. Natsume's tea, counsel?
Well, I suspect it may possibly be related to the tea in some small way if you dig deep enough. It's the wrong one. Oh, even at the time of the bottom, the deepest chasm, blah blah blah. What? Sometimes I wish I could disappear down a deep chasm to escape his deep sarcasm. Okay. I don't freaking know. Is it this? Wait, is that it? Nope. I don't know. Because looking at that cup, there's no ring. So does that mean he drank it quickly? I don't think it's an envelope, is it? Is it the envelope? Nope. Oh, come on. Is that the bar of soap? Oh, good gracious. Got it right the first time. The soap again. The same bar the victim used to fashion his coins of ice. Yeah, that's right, my lord. It's just come back to me. Something about when we first found this bar of soap at the scene yesterday. It's more bars of soap. So, the bars of soap don't line up on the ledge outside the window. I'm quite certain that when we originally stumbled upon the bars of soap, there was actually a frozen coin in each bar. So you discovered the gas thief's coin factory. Fascinating. In a way, yeah, but there's more. The coins we found in the soap at the time weren't normal ice.
There was something strange about them, you mean?
Exactly. Something very obviously strange. They were red. The ice was red? No. You mean... That's right. It's obvious to me now. The fake coins in the soap are made from frozen tea. I frickin' knew it! What? I remind the court of a statement made by Miss Natsume early in this trial. That evening, yes, I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visited Mr. Shamspeare's room as a gift. The public water pump outside always freezes at night, so I bought bottled water specially to make it. And this is the result. Never will I touch tea again. Never!
Ah, yes, I believe there had been a snowfall that day. It was particularly cold. Sadly, on such occasions, the poorly constructed water mains in the East End are prone to freezing.
So, on the night in question, Mr. Shamspeare, having no running water to use, was forced to use the tea brought by Miss Natsume in order to make his fake coins.
My word!
There were 2 bars of soap on the window ledge when my judicial assistant and I investigated the scene.
That's right, and we only borrowed one of them.
Which means that even as we speak, some of the defendant's tea is still present at the scene of the crime. Frozen solid in a bar of soap, outside Mr. Shamspeare's window.
Extraordinary.
Doesn't this clear shit up though? Because if he used the tea to make the coins, technically he didn't drink the tea then, right? Earlier today, Inspector Gregson informed the court that if even one drop of the tea remains, Scotland Yard will be able to analyze it for poison. As such, we are now in a position to prove or disprove what has until now been mere conjecture. By finding out for sure whether or not Miss Natsume's tea actually contains strychnine at all. Ugh, you smug Nipponese. My lord, we cannot do the defendant the justice of passing judgment now. The police should be dispatched to recover the remaining bar of soap from the scene at once, and the defense requests a thorough analysis of the frozen tea embedded in it, to determine whether or not it contains any poison.
Bailiff! Bailiff! Instruct the police to attend the scene at once.
Yes, my lord, understood. Are we taking a little break? Taking a little recess?
It would seem we have no choice but to suspend these proceedings for the time being. I trust you have no objection, my Lord Manzeeks?
None, my lord.
Scotland Yard will recover the tea from the scene and carry out the requisite tests immediately. The trial will resume at the same hour tomorrow. Prosecution and defense may conduct further investigations as appropriate at the interim.
Yes, my lord. Whew. Made it through J1. Well, we managed to scrape through there somehow.
Thank you, counsels. Court is adjourned until tomorrow.
Toit nuts. To be continued. Alright, you know what? I feel like good place to leave it off then. I kind of figured, you know, the moment they kind of said that, I'm like, you know what? That thing was red. It's gotta be the T. So I'm glad I kind of figured that out before they talked about it. But yeah, I'm kind of interested to see what's gonna happen next. I think it will contain poison. Because if it doesn't contain poison, then that kind of like clears Natsume immediately, right? But I don't know. We'll see what happens. So for now, if you like what you see and you like what you hear, be sure to like, subscribe, and get that bell on so you stay up to date on all my latest videos. As always, be safe, take care, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace!